Is this your card?
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank you all for coming here at such short notice.
We're already here. Yeah, they were just hanging out.
Well, you guys didn't get my email that I sent out to you?
No.
Okay, well, you're all here, and that's all that matters. As you guys know, there are some contractual issues with Dan DeVito, which in turn means that we can't use his script, and so the movie is on hold.
Wait,
Yes.
what are contractual issues?
You guys didn't get the email about Dan and the Sal organization?
Me?
No, not you. Dan DeVito. The other Dan. Well, you guys didn't get the email?
Wait, no, I didn't know.
Who doesn't read their email? Okay. Yes.
So with the contractual issues, does this mean we can push forward with my script?
No.
Why not?
Because your script sucks. Next question.
Yeah, what are the contractual issues?
Dan is a member of Sal.
You mean Sal's Pizza Place?
No.
Because I could really use a pizza right now.
It's not the pizza. It's not the pizza place.
Wait, is someone ordering pizza?
No.
Yeah, it's Dan's contract issues.
I don't have any contract issues.
The other Dan.
So he's the one ordering pizza.
No, Terry's got to order the pizza because it's Dan's contract issues. And I like my pizza with shrooms.
No. This has nothing to do with pizza. This has to do with Dan, his acting, and his script.
My script?
No, Dan's script.
But he is Dan.
The other Dan.
The one that works for Sal.
The pizza place.
I thought you said he didn't work there.
He doesn't.
You just said...
Look, Dan is a member of Sal, the Screen Actors League.
Oh, like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Which is really aptly named, right? Because, like, none of them are actually that gentle.
No, I never thought of that.
No, I really wanted to see that movie.
I heard it got really bad reviews.
Yeah, but actually it wasn't that bad, though.
Guys, focus. Dan.
Yes.
Not you, the other Dan. Dan DeVito. Dan is part of Sal's Screen Actors League, but he hasn't been paying his dues. So in turn, all of our footage is kind of technically illegal and could be confiscated and we could go bankrupt.
Don't you need money before you go bankrupt? No, not having money is the key to going bankrupt.
Whoa. I'm confused. Do we have money?
No, we don't have money.
So we can't go bankrupt.
No, we can't go bankrupt because we don't have money.
Yeah, Dan.
I'm a screenwriter, not a bookkeeper.
Well, I am.
A screenwriter?
No, bookkeeper.
So what are we arguing about?
We were arguing.
Guys, we could lose everything.
But we don't have anything. So ergo... lost my train of thought.
That train was lost at the station years ago.
So can we discuss my script now?
Wait, you're a screenwriter?
He just said he was, you moron.
Thank you, Terry. So can we discuss my script?
No.
But you just told him I'm a screenwriter.
I didn't say you were a good one.
Why do you have to be so rude?
Look, I'm just a bit stressed. I could lose everything, okay?
Everything. What do you have to lose? 2 beaten vehicles in the back, your warehouse job, this for a film crew, enough money to be bankrupt somehow?
I don't have money.
Ergo...
Damn it! Well, you have enough to be bankrupt, apparently. And you have a trailer.
I don't have a trailer. Dan has one.
I do?
Not you, the other Dan. I need something stronger in this.
Sorry about the mess. We'll be back later to clean it up. Keith, didn't work.
Where is he?
Judy! Dan, wait a second. Alright, just come. Really, guys? Really? You're ratting them out? Look, we gotta stop our reselling out. I'm having enough problems going on right now. But anyways, without you. See, what's going on? Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Keith?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, live on air. Good evening. Welcome to the early late night live show. The trailer we are reviewing tonight revolves around an artificial intelligence bent on taking over the world. The show seems to depict the dangers of high-end technology advancing to a point of no return, something all of us are acutely aware of since we saw the film Terminator, when Arnold said he'd be back. This is something we all have a healthy fear of high-end technology as we watch stuff on our little black electronic devices that we take in our pockets everywhere we go, and they can be tracked by things floating in outer space. So truly, if we're all that wary of it, I guess the convenience of having these little black boxes that we take everywhere, take photos of ourselves, allow it to track us, hear all the words that we're saying, have all of our bank information. I guess the convenience of all that outweighs the world-ending potential. So I hope you enjoy watching our Skype broadcasted YouTube live show advertised through Facebook that people typically watch on their phones, computers, or other potentially intelligent electronic life forms that we have randomly floating around our homes as they are constantly listening to us. Anyways, it's the Early Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8, Exeter Channel 98. And tonight we have a very special guest, Dan, Mr. Strand from the Strand. Stay tuned. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Early Late Night Live Show. We are on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98 and on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and enemies alike. I want to say hello to Renee Zara in the YouTube chat and Bob Turanjo. If you guys are watching this, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Please make sure you share it on Facebook, and please make sure you try and get your friends because we need friends, and we'll take your friends because we don't have any of our own. KJ, unfortunately, is not with us this week. She got too tired from taking over for me last week. And even though none of us actually have a commute, we've all been having issues. Mitch, are you not on the show? Is it next week you're not on the show?
I'll be here next week, as far as I know.
All right. I thought later. I'm like, wow, we have no commute anymore for any of us, and we're all having issues getting on the show. But sitting with us always, and unfortunately, but now we unfortunately have to see his face, but he's got the best damn camera out of all of us, and he was telling us a lot about it, a lot of gobbledygook about lenses and stuff like that, and I didn't understand any of it, and he likes to make me feel stupid, and he does pretty good at that, because he's a pretty intelligent guy, and he is the owner of Thorndike Productions. Ryan David Rogers, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good.
You know, I gave you a much longer introduction. I think it warrants a bit more than a hi. I'm doing but whatever. I guess we'll move on. And the man of the hour. I'm saying that because he's probably the only one that actually prepped for his task during this job. Unlike the horrible monologue I wrote, he probably actually has a game for the final quarter. Mitch Fortier.
Oh, that's right. We have to do a game today.
Oh, damn it! You know, for once I introduced you as complimentary, and this is how you repay me.
I kid.
The man from the Strand, the owner of the Strand, he is light on his feet and he is quick of his wit. Dan the Strand, Mr. Strand Demers, how are you doing, sir?
I'm just outstranding.
Outstanding. Hello to Kate Uppers in the YouTube chats. Again, if you guys are watching, please make sure to hit the little thumbs up, and share it on Facebook and other social media sites so we can get more people to watch. We'd appreciate it. But right now, it's our favorite segment of the show. Trailer Trash. It is our favorite segment of the show. That's why we put it at the beginning, so we can get rid of it. We have only one trailer we've been doing since our break, and I think it's been working out good because we get to talk a little bit more about it. And I think there's a lot to say about this trailer. Mitch Fortier, what is the trailer we have today?
Well, they call it Next. It is a crime drama series for Fox, and is described as a former tech CEO joins Homeland Security agent to stop the emergence of a rogue artificial intelligence. Pretty simple, but it stars a couple of people that you might have heard of, by the name of John Slattery and Jason Butler Harner. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm trying to find out who it was directed by. Oh yeah, and Evan Whitten, who I don't really know.
John Slattery, he's got that face that we know. I've seen him in things before. Wasn't he in that? What was that advertising show with John Hamm? That famous advertising show.
Mad Men.
Mad Men. I think he was in that too. He's got a really good look. John Slattery.
He's a great character in that show for sure. So.
Yeah, and I never watched that show, but he's got a really good cast for this part. It is interesting. It is interesting seeing someone play a high-end tech like CEO, but he's old. That's very strange for me to see that.
That's a little unusual, right?
It is, yeah. You know,
these day and age.
Right. Well, anyways, I'm going to turn this to Ryan first. Ryan, what are your thoughts on this trailer?
Okay, first off, the reason I'm smirking is because I was just reading Kate's most recent comment in the chat saying, I'll be co-hosting on the 7th. Yes, we know, Kate Eppers. We know. Okay. Sorry for getting sidetracked. All right, so admittingly, I watched the trailer shortly before we actually went on. And something Terry did mention is like, okay, this premise has been done before, which for me, it's a matter of execution. And it definitely looks and feels more of a grounded in reality, like this is really plausible kind of thing. I'm just looking at the stream now, and it just went to the part where the guy was like, shotgun!
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a bit of a weird mood tonight. And as far as like and I know we're judging this based solely on the trailer, and
well, hence we are in trailer trash right now.
Right.
Sort of what we do, yeah.
Right. So it definitely does look and definitely gives that impression that this will be a more grounded in reality type of thing. So yeah, it's definitely got me a bit curious if I actually watched television, but I definitely feel like it's one of those things where if it ends up hitting a streaming platform, which it most definitely will.
Yep.
I might at least give the pilot episode a chance.
All right, Mitch Fortier, your thoughts?
The tagline: "It's not paranoia if the threat is real."
That seems like duh. Like I don't know. Like, it doesn't sound like. I feel like it should be a little cleverer than that. You know.
I suspect the show will have to be in order to make it interesting ultimately. But as it started to come up, I got this Black Mirror kind of a feel to it. And if you're familiar with the series, it's high tech, kind of super hyper realistic, or looks at futuristic or very creative situations with that are kind of grounded in reality, like Ryan had mentioned. And this has that feel to for me, which makes it really super interesting from my own personal perspective. The fact that it's a series, they have a lot more material to draw on for trailer and to create this interesting scenario and kind of get you really involved with the storyline. And I think the trailer does a really nice job of that. So I enjoyed watching the trailer because there seemed to be something new, something progressive kind of added to the whole scenario. I didn't see anything wrong with it, honestly. It's a really good trailer. And the guy from Ozark is Harner. Is a really great actor. I like him, and it'll be interesting to see him. Makes me wonder if he's still in Ozark at this point, because if he started another series, which, by the way, this opens on October 6th.
All right.
Other than that, I think it's a really interesting concept, so it's going to be interesting.
All right. Mr. Strand, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I agree on Mitch, and I think this was a very well done trailer, and it made me think like some of this stuff could really happen if you think about all the sci-fis that have happened in the past that come true to life. So I think we should change the genre from sci-fi to future science.
Well, in a way,
it really looks plausible, and it's like got me thinking, hey, is this really happening? Is it possible with all the technology having to come around? I really like the trailer, and I can't wait for it to come out.
I really like the trailer. It reminded me kind of 90s thrillers. There's a couple films I think about right now. Enemy of the State with Will Smith and Gene Hackman and John Voight. That's a very good movie, very similar to this type of feel. I think it's AI with Pierce Brosnan, a John Moore directed film. Another type of similar concept. It's about a hacker who takes over this guy's life by hacking into his whole technological system. Another film that's underrated is Eagle Eye with
I want to say
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah,
Yes,
Shia
LaBeouf and Billy Bob Thornton. This seems more like that. I do agree that I felt like that for a TV show trailer, because most TV show trailers, let's be honest, stink. TV show trailers are terrible. They run way too long. They tell you the whole plot. They tell you the beginning, middle, and end of the pilot episode. And this one, I didn't feel like that. This actually felt more like a movie trailer.
Yeah.
Even though it was a TV show, I was impressed with it. It looks interesting. It looks entertaining. As much as I think the kind of joke at the end when he's smashing the hammer and he says, "I own half the company. I'm sure I can get you another one." That to me was I think it'd be well played in the show. I hate the fact that it's at the end of the trailer because it just turns it into a Marvel movie to me, and I really hate that. Even though I think the joke was pretty well executed because it's pretty dry. So yeah, I'm interested in this show. I think it's pretty interesting. I think it was a pretty well made trailer, and I think it could go down some interesting, twists and turns. I mean, let's be honest. I like what Mr. Strand was saying about this is no longer sci-fi. This is like right now. Any of you guys remember the old Dick Tracy TV show?
Yeah.
Remember how he had the watch that had like the video
phone
communication on it? Yeah. What are we doing now on this show? We're all on our phones. We're all on our phones.
Well, technically, I'm on my computer, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. All right. So let's do a rating for this. That's a good point, Ryan. Ryan, what is your rating for this?
Let's see. I'm gonna go something like this because it's always that. Hold on. Like this, because it's always that possibility that the actual execution of the show might just be outright stupid.
Right.
And so I guess there's always that little bit of self-doubt in the back of my mind from years of self-doubt over myself, which I am kind of working on. So
this isn't a self-help show, Ryan, but good luck with that. All right, kind of a meh thumb and a thumbs up. Mitch Fortier?
So yeah, I'm one solid thumb up for the genre. I'm a fan, and the realistic aspect of the trailer is really done well. I'm gonna go one sideways too because it looks like there's a lot of like first time writers on this show, and it's gonna be interesting to see if they can pull it off in an interesting way.
All right, and Mr. Strand.
I really like the way the trailer was done. I think it was sequenced very well, and I'm really excited for it to come out. I'm giving it 2 thumbs up.
All right. I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up, too, because I like these types of films, and I like these types of shows. As I said, I mentioned a few already. I get kind of excited for these types of things. And besides for the joke almost killed it. There wasn't really anything bad I could directly see in the trailer. And I will give it this. For a TV show trailer, it was really good. Most TV show trailers are crap, and this one wasn't. So that alone has made me realize maybe there's something good in this, or it could be crap. Okay, anyways, we're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll be talking to Mr. Strand of the Strand Theater. Stay tuned for the Early Late Night Live Show, Wednesday nights, 7 to 8. Stick around.
Okay, now that we have a growing audience.
Growing?
Yes, YouTube subscribers.
We got like 2 subscribers in the past month.
Okay, well, it's still growing, Dave. Anyways, we need to think about sponsors. Who would be interested in sponsoring us?
Restaurants.
Possibly.
Chain stores.
Unlikely.
The U.S. Army.
Why would the U.S. Army sponsor us?
Why would anyone sponsor us?
Because we're...
Dave, do we know anyone in the U.S. Army?
Yes, Matt. Matt was in the U.S. Army.
KJ, Matt got kicked out of the U.S. Army.
Right.
Welcome back to the Early Late Night Live Show, Wednesday nights from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98 and on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and enemies alike because we don't judge that much. And I just noticed my face in the camera, so I decided to start making faces because I'm still a child who makes faces at cameras, and that's what I do now. So, hey, Dad.
Child at heart.
30 years from now? Probably, actually. Okay, all right. We're with Mr. Strand, Dan Demers, owner of the Strand Theater in Dover, New Hampshire. Really cool place. A lot of really cool stuff going on over the time. Dan Demers, how the hell are you?
I am just outstanding. Yeah, you've heard all that one before.
Yeah, just it's every time I call you, Dan. So,
how about just Dantastic?
Dantastic I think Dantastic works a little better. I kind of like that one. Yeah. The problem is, earlier, for people who don't know, Damn It Dan, obviously our tech guy, Damn It Dan, his name is also Dan. And when you're in this Skype and you can't really direct where your voice is going to go, you just got to shout into a microphone. When you shout Dan and you have multiple Dans in the Skype room, it doesn't really get you very far. So, but what you got going on at the Strand, Mr. Demers?
Well, we have a few things opening back up again, with all the requirements. So things are going really well. We've had a movie filming here, which I believe we're going to have the screening in January. But we've got Dracula coming up in October, last 2 weeks of October. And if the crew over there will allow me, maybe we can do a virtual tour. You guys can see it in a rehearsal actually in progress. But we are doing a telethon thanks to Narrow Street Films here at the Strand. So it's going to be really cool. We got a lot of things lined up, and I'm really excited to move forward with this with you guys.
And yeah, when is the telethon?
Right now we're doing for November 20th through the 21st.
All right, a telethon for the Strand. And where can people find out more information about this?
Well, you find information and the schedule would be right on our Facebook page, The Strand Dover.
All right. So for more information, we will drop the links below. But what I mean by we is Ryan. Start dropping the links, and make sure you share it on our Facebook page. Usually we have him stuck behind in a corner so people don't have to see him where he belongs. Just kidding. Love you, Ryan. So you've had movie shoots there. You've had movie screenings there. You've put on plays there. You've had comedy shows happen there. You've done a lot of stuff at the Strand, haven't you?
Yeah, we're actually rolling out. Right now, we're doing a weekly open stage program. So we open the doors to the community for anybody, for any reason, that wants to hone in on their skills, whether it be comedy, poetry, if anyone wants to get into acting, you want to do some skits, or whatever, anything anybody wants. We have the stage for them, and it's a very professional environment. We have a real stage with lighting and sound systems so they can feel like they're important, like they're really performing. And it gives them an insight of what it is like to be a performer and see if it's something they really want to pursue. There's really no place around. You can't go to a bar and do an open mic because all they want to do is help you attract the business. Here at the Strand, our focus for that evening is for the performer, not the Strand.
And that's a really cool thing about the Strand it's really no small part. It's really just about you. Is you really made it very artist friendly. That you're trying to help the artists really expand and get more opportunities. Speaking of opportunities, Armadillo Stampede is in the YouTube chat, and he was the one who filmed a genuine sci-fi film at the Strand, using it as a studio. Is that correct? That was a couple months ago. A few months ago.
What's called Rockets in Space, I think.
Yep, Rockets in Space, something above Neptune.
And so, people have used that for a multitude of different things. Now, the best thing I would say about the Strand is the fact you got air conditioning.
Dan, without a doubt, you nailed it. Pretty awesome space, though.
Any type of indoor filming during summer months would know that air conditioning is very well appreciated.
Right.
Yes, and sweaty hair looks good on film, though, apparently. So, yes, real quick, we filmed Michael Lawrence is like 95 to 100 degrees. We filmed that. All we thought was, wow, we looked really good, even though we were massively uncomfortable filming that whole movie. But I got reports during the filming of Rockets in Space that, oh my God, there was air conditioning. It was so nice.
It was kind of a tricky trick controlling it, though. It was like its own AI. We had to intervene every once in a while.
Yeah, especially in the suits you guys are wearing.
Now,
Big rubber boots.
You've done a lot of cool things and some strange things there. You had some great music, some great bands. You had a jazz band there a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things, though, I don't know if we talked about this on air the first time you came on or not. I know we've talked about it. Is the Strand, in your estimation, haunted?
Yes, I believe it is. We've had, I think, you got 3 teams here, independent of each other, had 5 investigations, and they all found stuff. But the cool thing about the Strand is I found out from one of the mediums that came here is because there's so much water through, around, and under Dover that the spirits use the water as a transport because it has a lot of energy in there. So we have transient spirits here. They come and go. They change. The longest one I know have, we had Tom that was here for about 2 years. He's no longer here because now
How do you know? Wait. Tom, you have his name?
Tom was his name, yeah. We've only got a few names. I think about 6 months ago we had a Virginia, I think all upstairs in our projection room. But the only 2 names we've had so far are just those 2.
What was she doing in the projection room? Have you seen anything there?
I have not seen anything. Some of my volunteers have seen Tom sitting in one of our seats while I was teaching her and her boyfriend some swing dance.
She saw Tom.
She saw Tom, yes. I didn't say, I feel a presence, so I get like a cold chill, I get a little bit of anxieties, but I've never seen anything, just felt their presence.
Well, okay, of course. You said you got cold chills and anxieties, but you're an entrepreneur. That's pretty much every day.
Yeah, but it's different.
Yeah. You know, I mean, you don't know sick to your stomach feeling until you fall asleep doing math in your head.
Right.
And you do one of these things. Well, I just won't pay them yet, and I'll pay them instead.
You know, I just funny thing, when I started working in the automotive industry, I was working for a muffler shop, and after a few months, I dreamt I was a muffler. When I woke up, I was exhausted.
Oh, wow. Wow. For those of you who don't know, Dan Demers is a proud father, so he's got a lot of dad jokes. Is that correct?
No, worse than that. I'm a grandpa now, so I got grandpa jokes.
Now, what's the difference in your estimation between a grandpa joke and a dad joke?
A grandpa jokes nobody understands because it's way too old.
Well, with the era of electric cars coming along, yeah, that exhaust pipe joke may not work anymore.
That's right.
Mitch, do you have any questions for our guests?
Oh, well, geez. I got a million questions. But Dan, what's I believe there's a story around this building and the theater itself that it's pretty old, right? And one of the oldest in the country.
Yeah, actually, this building was opening day was September 22nd, 1919, and between 1896, when the first one was opened in Australia, until the early 30s, those 2,000 Strand theaters opened up around the world. There's only 90 left that's still being used as a theater and performing arts, and we are the 5th oldest.
Now, the Strand, was that a brand name? Was it like a franchise, or was it just a name?
Actually, the Strand comes from the English word strand, which means riverbed. So out in England, people go to the riverbed for entertainment. Well, the word Strand came here and actually became franchised, I believe, in 1953. I think it became franchised finally. Prior to that, people just opened up and called it the Strand. It was all independent, and some of the movie theaters were renamed as the Strand. This one here was built as a Strand, 1919. There was a hotel here called the U.S. Hotel, which was bulldozed down to build this building in this spot.
Wow. All right. And you've owned it since 2015, right?
Yep, July 21st at 1:30 p.m. is when I got the key. And I'm telling you, I took pictures of it, sent it to my friends and everything. Then it finally hit me. I got this old building, so I just felt stranded.
Was that a dad joke or a grandpa joke, would you say?
Well, that was a dad joke because the Strand is still around.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people around you that are very excited and enthusiastic about what it is that you do there. They get Strand-fected.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
And I hope it continues to carry on in the and what is it you've been trying to do? You have a production there that's currently rehearsing at the moment. Is that right?
Yeah, actually, when I was deployed in 2017, I came back and Break Leg Legally was doing their last performance of Dracula. Now, this version of Dracula was specifically written for Break Leg Legally. And they've been doing it for, I think, close to 24 years now. So they've been doing it here at the Strand since 2017. So we're doing 6 shows, end of October. And if you guys like, I can bring the laptop over there. You guys can take a quick look and see what goes on. There's no sets or anything yet, so it's kind of really raw. But if you guys want to take a look, see what's going on.
All right, yeah. At the beginning of next break, we'll take the camera around and you can take us for a little tour of the Strand Theater. Once more, on November 20th, you're hosting a telethon for the Strand.
Yes.
For more information, you can go to the Strand's Facebook site. Is there anything up on your website yet about this, or?
Not yet. Hopefully, we'll have our website up and running way before then. So that's what we're working on right now, trying to get that up and running and functional and make it. We just want to make it very user friendly for all of our audience that wants to check it out.
All right, yeah, and so we will make sure that we drop that on our Facebook page so you can check it out. And we'll drop the information also in the YouTube link, which we already have. Please make sure you check that out. And it is the early late night live show. We are on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98 and on our YouTube channel, the early late night live show YouTube channel. Arnie is not with us tonight, and honestly, I haven't missed her too much, but she's not here, and I do miss her a little bit. Ryan is sitting in her place. Ryan, say something after the break. So when we come back, we will be taking a little tour of the Strand Theater with Mr. Strand himself. It's our late night live show, Wednesday nights, 7 to 8. Stay tuned.
Hey, Terry, how's it going?
Hey, this laptop's having sound issues again.
Yeah, it seems to be a common theme around here.
Why would this stupid thing work?
Oh, I know, IT. Let me take a look.
I feel like this happens every week. We really need to get on top of this.
I'm sure Dan's doing the best that he can.
Yeah, Dan.
Oh, there it is. You had it muted.
I do not have it muted.
And?
Damn it, Dan.
Hello. If you're wondering what you're seeing right now, Mr. Strand of the Strand Theater is going to take us on a little tour of the Strand Theater right now. This is an exclusive look at something you can actually go and check out yourself in downtown Dover. Mr. Strand, take us around.
All right. Well, getting ready to see our main theater, which is kind of cool. I kind of like it. It started out as, let's see, a little bright here. It started out as a one big theater. So let me go a little closer. You guys can see what's going on here.
Yep, I would say, just to be a technical advisor, hold this camera as steady as you can and take it nice and slow. Now, you've done a lot of modifications to this theater yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, one thing I did is put this dance floor down, so I had to take out 100 seats. Put this 1,152 square foot dance floor down.
Now, do you have dreams of putting in like a retractable dance floor at some point?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely not.
One that opens up to a pool.
That'd be awesome, right? One of the things I would like to do though is modify the lights. and increase the size of the stage and turn this into like a little mini Broadway performance house.
That's cool. How many seats do you have now?
Right now, there's 100. Right now, is 190 seat, 196 stationary seats, like a regular movie theater. If I get the lights out of the way here we go. And we have 24 seats, which are in the way back, which can be used to put your bar down and all kind of food and stuff. So let me bring you up to the table up here, where the dirt is here. Let's see if I can.
Look, it was the most interesting stuff. Did you notice he did not like the smell of powder? Thank you. So this is we are trying to find fuel. That's nothing, my boy. But there is something mysterious and unnatural about Renfield.
Mitch, did you have a question?
Yeah, I was curious if he could. There was enough light up by the projection booth from his vantage point to see the old projection windows, but that are still there, and then ultimately get up into the projection room if that's at all possible. As it's a really cool. They've got the old projectors that have been up there since I think like the '60s. Or
I don't think it's probably not enough light with his laptop, but
yeah.
I have had the privilege of being on the roof of the Strand, which is pretty cool.
Oh, really? Well, that's one thing I haven't done.
Yeah. And
well, it's nice being up there too during 4th of July.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, next year when you're still there, thriving.
Right.
I will be over with my famous friends. And
so that won't be me.
No.
Dan, I think we can go back to regular camera view now.
Okay. And if you guys notice this painting behind me, that's actually painted on our wall. That's actually a little history of the Strand in Dover, which was painted by the prior owner of the Strand, Mr. Spinelli. His wife actually painted that.
Oh, wow.
So if I can bring it a little closer to it, let me get my face out of the picture here.
Oh, wow.
Is that kind of a picture of Dover? It almost looks like it's in pencil or...
It's actually painted.
It's painted.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that when we were there. There's a lot of interesting stuff just hanging around that whole place.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. So if anybody's in Dover, you should definitely just stop in and check the place out and give Dan a hard time.
Oh, I love a hard time. Just be prepared. I just might be able to give it back, too. And anybody's interest, I have also, I think Terry and I think Mitch, I brought you up there too. We have some old projectors up there. We have a projector that dates back to silent film era, and we also have a projector that was around when sound first came out. It even has a spot for the sound drum and everything. So anybody that comes down, I'd be more than happy to give them a tour of it.
Now, what was the first talkie that was screened at the, for those of you who don't know, talkie was the original term for films with sound in it. They called them talkies. What was the first talkie that you had screened at the Strand?
Well, actually, the first talkie film in New Hampshire was called Alias Jimmy Valentine.
And was the Strand one of the first places it was shown?
The Strand was the first place that movie was. The first talkie film in New Hampshire was shown here at the Strand in 1920.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Now, is the Strand is it one of the oldest movie theaters in the state?
No, I think there's one in Boston. I think it's older. I think it's at 1914. I think it was built. I think it's in Chichester.
Hey, Dan, I know you're from Rhode Island. Pretty much every state north of that is just all one state to you. But Boston is not part of New Hampshire.
Yeah, it's in Boston area. It's actually in Chichester. Is where there's two Strand theaters in Massachusetts. One is in Chichester, And the other one is I don't remember the name of the other one. And there's one in Providence, Rhode Island, also.
No, but I was asking if it was the oldest in the state of New Hampshire.
It's the only one in the state of New Hampshire that's left.
And the oldest theater of all the theaters?
I believe so. I don't know if any theaters, any old theaters other than the cinemas. I don't know if it's any. Actually, need to bring that up. In 2016, there was a magazine that published an article, and we rated 9th out of the best old theaters in New Hampshire to visit.
Wow. Now,
Very
yeah,
cool.
because the Ioka is closed. I don't know if the Ioka is older than the Strand, though.
I don't remember. I did know at one point the Ioka is closed, and I think it recently sold. And I think it's being turned into condos, if I'm not mistaken, because it was just it needed too much. It needed almost $5 million of repairs to restore that building.
Wow. So it's becoming an exclusive deal then, with the Strand being one of the last real old theaters in New Hampshire. And to me, you said you want to turn it into a mini Broadway of New Hampshire. Yeah. I want to turn it into a mini Chinese theater of New Hampshire. Like, that's what I really want to do. I want all the independent filmmakers to have their red carpet premiere at the Strand Theater. And I know Ethan Aho of Armadillo Stampede is going to have his screening there. And next year, we're going to have a premiere, at least one premiere of our film, hopefully Dinner Party, and potentially other ones I want to do there too at the theater. And there's another filmmaker sitting with us in the house right now, Thorndike Productions, Ryan David Rogers. I'm assuming at some point in time he's going to want his films also screened, and I think they should be screened at the Strand. And I'm going to say this because even though you're here to talk about your thing, I'm going to talk about it for you. As a filmmaker, I have looked for a lot of places to have screenings, and I've screened my films in quite a lot of places. The Strand kind of has, for independent filmmakers, the best of kind of all worlds. It's at a cool location. It's downtown Dover. It's got an outside marquee, which is really cool that you can use outside venues for advertising too. It's got a bar, which is really important. It is.
Especially a hot day of acting.
Yeah. It's got a small balcony. It has a snack bar. It is right next to restaurants and places like that. So if you're looking to get catering, it's not hard. It's right there. And most importantly, usually you have a cool location, a cool site, but not an easy location. The Strand is an easy location because you have parking there too, especially after hours, right?
Yeah, Ross Furnish is right next door, and they allow us to use their parking lot. And off-street parking after 8 o'clock is free. And at the end of the street, there's the Downeaster train station, and there's parking there for like 450 cars.
Wow. So yeah, and so for all you
like
independent artists out there,
yes.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry, Mitch. What did you say?
No, the parking at that train station is like $3 a day.
And I think it's $7 for the whole week.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can't park for 20 minutes in New York City for $3. So, so for all you independent artists out there, give Mr. Strand a call, because if you're a one-act play or a musician or a movie, it is the best place to go and do it, because the best thing going for it, Dan, is you. You're a really cool guy to work with, and you're really excited about this stuff, and you make it fun for the rest of us. So, what else? What is the last thing you want to say? This is your last moment to shine and blurb whatever you want about the Strand Theater, except for the things we talked about before the show that are illegal to talk about on air.
Right. Well, I don't want to bring up one point that one of the things we do for our events, we usually have a specialty drink. And Mitch can attest. I served after the last filming. I served the Strand's punch. And what do you think of that, Mitch?
Yeah, no, I'll take 3, please. Yeah.
And there was no alcohol in it. Everybody loved it.
They're really, really good. And as well as the popcorn. You make you have a popcorn recipe that is to die for. I don't know what you're ranking it out of exactly, but it's really, really good.
Yeah,
I don't usually eat popcorn, but I couldn't get enough of this stuff.
Yeah, we spent probably 3 weeks and a lot of money trying different products and taste testing it to come up with the one that we have. Yeah.
And it is good. So
It shows.
make sure you check out the Strand Theater. They have a telethon coming up on November 20th. For more information, go to thestranddover.com. Not necessarily for the telethon, but that will be on their Facebook site at the Strand, Facebook/the Strand, right?
Yeah, it's Strand Dover. Yeah.
The Strand Dover. Make sure you check it out. We will check it out on our own Facebook page. And so, yeah, thank you, Dan, for coming on. And dance lessons, too. Totally forgot. You teach people how to dance, too, don't you?
Yeah, actually, I have this Saturday. We're trying to keep a little light right now for the dances. Just a few of my closest friends, as we haven't danced so long. I'm getting the COVID baby going.
Yeah.
So actually working towards to open up to the public for dances, and we got several dance teams working on it. So we'll be doing demonstrations during dancing once we finally open up to the public. So that's what we're working on, trying to line all that up together and getting all my friends together and putting on a good performance for once we open for public for dances. Yes.
Well, that's going to be really, really awesome. And I remember last year you were on the show, you tried to teach me how to dance, and that didn't go over all that well for me. So
actually, you did pretty well. You just need an update.
Yeah, I just need an update. You're right. Well, Dan, it's great having you on the show. You sticking around for the game later on?
Sure.
All right. Awesome. Dan Dan with the Strand. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to be doing How You Doing? And then we'll be playing a game hosted by our very own Mitch Fortier. It's your early late night live show, Wednesday night, 7 to 8. Stick around.
Okay, take care of that.
Oh, sure. I'll get right on it.
Thanks. What?
Go ahead.
Okay, what are you doing here?
I was just thinking, your show has all these silly, goofy shenanigans and everything. There's nothing serious. Serious topics and issues.
Whoa, what do you mean about serious topics?
Your show isn't serious.
My show is very serious, Al, as you know. Yes, it is very serious. We talked about the Academy Board thing, and then the game looked
No, this is what you talk about. There are people taking their cats without consent, putting them on a leash, taking them to the park.
Guys! Dan, take off my damn jacket. Cats on a leash?
They don't even have a choice, and they take them to the park, and then they get loose, and there's a child who maybe touch the cat, or somebody steps on it, or there's
Kate.
cars.
Go home.
Let's sit back. Let's relax. Because this is the early late night live show. And we're pretty chilled out on this. We're pretty relaxed because, let's be honest, the host is pretty lazy. He doesn't do a heck of a lot to prep for the show. And so I like to just have a relaxed atmosphere because I don't want to do all that much work, to be perfectly honest. I want to just sit back and I want to relax. So this is a new segment of the show, which is just sort of chilled out, even though it's timed. It's a section of the show came up with by our very own KJ Traynor, who decided conveniently not to be here right now. But everyone sit back, relax, and let's see how you doing. All right. We'll start with Ryan. Ryan, once you see the timer on the screen, tell the world how you're doing. All right.
Okay. So I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually been preparing to film a wedding this next weekend. So that's been just getting everything kind of squared away. So when I actually get to the venue, everything can go smoothly. That's just been kind of that's just been kind of what I've been up to as of lately, along with helping out Steve Blackwood with his virtual plays, which the next one that we've actually recorded is going to be premiering on my YouTube channel, Thorndike Productions, tomorrow at 7 p.m. If Terry's okay with it, I'll include a link in the group chat to the channel if you guys want to check it out. You cool with that, Terry?
Yeah,
all right.
It's fine. Group chat, and make sure you drop it on our Facebook page too.
Will do.
All right, all right, and that's it for Ryan's How You Doing. Let's turn this over to a man who's sort of chilled, sort of relaxed, and always looking for the next new thing, Mitch Fortier. Once you see the timer, tell the world. How you doing?
Hey, what's the timer? I'm doing all right. I am, the industry's been kind of slow these days, not a lot of work. So most of my job has been chasing money for work I've already done. Just life of an entrepreneur and a solo practitioner, as it were. And in the meantime, I've been doing some side jobs, doing some chores, activities. I actually finished a bathtub. You ever strip a cast iron bathtub and then that had some old paint on it and then refinish it? It's a messy job. Very messy job.
Is that in your place?
No, my girlfriend's place. It's
wow.
I managed to get the work from her landlord, so it worked out because I was free and it's and I'm getting paid for it. Other than that, I've been learning how to use Pro Tools. So if there's any experts out there who know how to use Pro Tools for voiceover production, give me a holler. I may pay you a couple bucks or buy you some pizza and a couple beers to help get me through over the hump.
Good timing there. All right, Dan, Mr. Strand. When you see the timer, just tell the world how you doing. All right.
I'm doing. One of the things that I enjoy the most about my life is I get to be a full-time Pepe. My 4-year-old grandson lives with me. And between that and the Strand, I realize how busy I am trying to find time for a date is like, oh my God. Yeah. For like 3 weeks, this one woman trying to get a date between her schedule and my schedule. We haven't had a chance to meet yet. She has grandkids too. So eventually we'll be able to go out and have a drink and have a good time. But other than that, I love being a Pepe. I get to spend full time with him. He gets inputs and training from everybody in the family. It's awesome. So my grandson is growing up to be very ambitious and very well expressive in the arts, which is awesome.
That's good. But that's it. How you doing is how you done. All right?
How you doing is how you done.
Last and definitely least is me. How am I doing? And Dan, tell me when the timer is on because my phone lags. So, I have been working a lot. For those of you who are in regular communique with me, they'll know that they get text messages at 4:30 in the morning because it's right before I get into work. Is around 4:30 in the morning. I punch in around 4:30, and so I will get a text message. And the only one that ever really responds fairly quickly is actually you, Dan Demers. You respond. You get up pretty damn early. I'm thinking, I'm stuck getting up this bloody early in the morning. What are you doing? So I've been doing that, and just trying to get a lot of stuff, prepped and cleaned up and put together as waiting for the world. We got a couple DVDs we're hoping to get released by Christmas, so keep an eye out for that. We've been working hard on that. But I want to thank everyone on the Late Night Live show. Everyone works really hard, even KJ. So that's how I'm doing. And now it is time for a very special segment of the show. A man who we've tried multiple segments with, but he has taken quite a shine to this one and has been quite successful in my book because it's a lot of damn fun. Mitch Fortier, it is the game section. Take it away.
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Hey, I'm still failing, so one of these days I'll have a success.
And we have yet to determine that this is a real success, although we have fun with it, so we don't really care what anybody else
You don't
thinks.
really care, This is a lot of fun.
And I'm unfortunately not able to put my fancy little background up on this computer because it's the software is out of date. But
I can't seem to do it on my phone because I asked you about that last week, and I don't think there's any way for me to do this on my phone either. So,
yeah, I think it's a software version issue. At least that appears to be that's my first instinct. Now that I've run, but at any rate, so I like to start the game off or the game segment off with my favorite game, and we're going to see how with Ryan on the and Dan on the books. We'll see what we can do. So for those who don't know, and Dan in particular, somebody is going to name the celebrity actor, Dan, and that actor's last name, the first letter of that actor's last name, will then need to be used to come up with a next actor, with that letter being the first letter of their first name. For example, somebody says Sylvester Stallone. So Stallone begins with an S. So somebody could come up with another letter, would be like Steven Seagal. Get the point?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to have Terry start off and come up with an actor, and then we're trying to get as many as we can in 1 minute. I think we have a 1 minute timer, right, Dan? And then we'll go to Ryan, and then we'll go to you, Dan, and then we'll go to me.
All right, am I ready? Dan, let me know. Dan, let me know when the timer's going. Tom Hardy.
Let's see. Damn it. H. I feel like a deer in headlights right now.
It's so much harder than it looks.
I know.
Or sounds.
Henry
Cavill?
There we go.
There we go. Dan, with a C.
So someone starts with a C?
Yep.
Let's see. Let's see. Who I know starts with C? I want to say Celine Dion, but she wasn't an actress. She was a singer.
That works.
She's actually done. She has performed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cameo. I forget what it was. Oh, sorry. It's up to me. So Celine Dion. Well, we're gonna timer's up, right? So, anyways, that was a good warm-up round. Nice job, everybody. Now that we know what we're doing.
That was terrible. Let's be honest. That was horrible. That was not.
So we're gonna give this another second.
Mostly my fault. Sorry.
H could have been Henry Ford.
All right. So.
All
right, so we're going to mix this up a little bit. So we're going to go Dan, Terry, Ryan, and then myself. So Dan, we're going to have you come up with a name of a celebrity as soon as you get the cue to go ahead.
Does it have to be a real celebrity? It can be a fictional
Anybody.
character.
Yep, can be anybody. You're going to start us off.
Okay. Ready? How about Mickey Mouse?
And we're off with Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Rourke.
Robert De Niro.
Danny Glover.
Gene Hackman.
Hank Azaria.
Azaria. That starts with A. Asha Butterfield.
Penelope Cruz.
Penelope Cruz. I can't. Holy moly. That'd be a C, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Dan. You can do this.
I am stuck.
An old black and white before the talkies, the famous guy with the top hat, not top hat, but the bolo, the cane.
Oh, Charlie Chaplin.
All right.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, our time is up. So Christian Bale doesn't count, but Chaplin did get in. So we got around twice with one extra. So that was a total of 9.
Oh.
If I remember correctly, I believe that ties our record.
Oh.
I can't remember if it was 7 or if it was 9. Somebody might have to refresh my memory. I'll have to go back.
We had Brian on. Brian did really good. You know.
It was the week that you weren't here when it was Van Sampson was here, and we did 7, I think, between the 3 of us.
Oh.
And we were just So I'll have to look back, but you know what? I'm gonna go with 9. Great job, everybody. That was awesome.
Yay! The only time you fail is when you stop trying.
I'm telling you, man, I love that game because it really gets me thinking. And names of actors is something that I've always relatively had a difficult time with. So it's a great way for me to kind of practice and hear others and so forth. And,
you know, with Mickey Mouse, I'm surprised someone didn't say Mitch Ford.
Mitch Fortier.
Yeah.
All right.
We've done that before.
Mitch,
that counts. It 100% counts.
It does. Yeah, you're on IMDb.
I'm on IMDb. I have an international presence and a commercial, and I've been on network television. Well, network, I don't know. History Channel?
Yeah.
Is that network television? It's cable. I'm on cable.
I think it's network television, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not sure what the definition is. I know it's CBS and NBC. That's definitely network. Fox. All right, so I can do another quick game if we get time. Let's create a little story.
We got like 3 minutes left.
All right, ready? All right, we got 3 minutes. I'm gonna put up my own little timer here, so I'm gonna so I can keep track. And let's go around the story. We'll see what kind of story we can come up with. I'll give you a 15-second warning. Each person's going to say one word to add to the previous words to create a story. We're going to keep the story going until there's 15 seconds left, and then we have to finish it up quickly.
Okay.
All right, so it's going to be a 3-minute. We can do 2 minutes if you want, but
Yeah, 2.5.
2.5. All right. Producer says 2.5. So we are at 2.5, and I'm going to let Dan, our honored guest, start off with a word that we're going to begin a fun story.
Strand.
Theater.
Was.
Reopened.
In.
October.
28th.
Nice. 2015.
4.
Movies.
Dancing.
Theater.
Comedy.
And.
Some.
Mitch, you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep thinking I'm looking at everybody else and realizing I'm not in the picture, so I don't know where to go to next. Music.
Every.
And.
Every and. That was a new sentence. Oh my goodness.
Every and.
Every and.
I'm really tempted to just say something random now, like tomato.
Every and tomato. Popcorn.
4.
And.
Chainsaw.
What? I didn't hear that.
It's a chainsaw.
We had something really possible there with the every.
And I just have to go and just be like, what is he talking about?
So chainsaw to you, Mitch.
Chainsaw. Extraordinary.
Movies.
15 seconds left.
And that's our show. It's been live, everyone. Thank you to Dan, Mr. Strand Demers of the Strand Theater in Dover, New Hampshire. Thank you so much for coming on. Wish you all the best of luck. November 20th, the telethon. Find more information at the Strand Theater in Dover. Make sure you check it out. They got some really cool stuff going on this year and next year. Don't miss it. Everyone, I hope everyone is staying safe out there amidst this pandemic. I want to thank Ryan David Rogers of Thorndike Productions for standing in for KJ. KJ, we miss you. Thank you, everyone in the YouTube chat. Please make sure to like this and share this with your friends and enemies. Mitch Fortier, always a blast. Appreciate it, buddy, for you coming on the show. And that's it, folks. We're out of here. I don't know who our guest is for next week because Arnie's not here.
They were recently. It was recently changed. So, but we do have a guest.
We do have a guest next week. We will see you guys next week. Thank you, everyone. Stay tuned. Tune in next week to the Early Late Night Live Show. We're out of here.
Hey, thanks for watching the Early Late Night Live Show. We are on every Wednesday night live at Exeter Studios in Exeter, New Hampshire, 7 p.m. every Wednesday night.
Please make sure to join us next week for more entertainment, comedy, and information that is probably not that important or timely. But no sports or no politics, so there's that. To find out more about my film company, make sure to check out narrowstreetfilms.com. To find out more about Killarney's writing, make sure you check out KillarneyTraynor.com. To find out more about Mitch and his acting, I'm sure he's got a website. I keep forgetting the name of it. I'll write it down here. To find out more about the wonderful studio that we produce at Exeter Studio, go to exeternh.tv. They're a great studio and they're doing a lot of cool things. But please make sure to like us on Facebook, and please, please, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell and like, and make sure that you share with your friends and enemies alike, because we don't judge that much. See you next week.